Hi, I am Akili-Casundria Ramsess. I'm the Executive Director of the National Press Photographers Association. I've been a photojournalist for almost 30 years, various editing roles as from photography to a director photographer from various newspapers from the Orlando Sentinel, San Jose Mercury News, the Atlanta Journal-Constitution, the Los Angeles Times, and the Associated Press. I moved back here to Atlanta in 2011 after my reign as Director of Photography for the Orlando Sentinel. But I'm here to talk about how Moneta Sleet Jr. was a significant influence in my life. My family subscribed to Ebony as long as I can remember. It was a staple in our household. And so the work of Moneta Sleet Jr. has always been a part of my life, even before I knew who he was. I became interested in photography in high school and became aware of him as the photographer, the primary photographer for Ebony during that period. He, and along with Gordon Parks, are always been great heroes and inspirations to me. But the work of Moneta Sleet Jr. became particularly significant in my knowledge of Martin Luther King Jr. That image that won the Pulitzer was so significant and made such an impact on me as a child, even because I was actually 10 years old when Martin Luther King was assassinated, and that picture of Coretta Scott and their daughter just hit me as a child too, thinking of my own father in that way and how much Martin Luther King meant to me and our family. And that particular image of Coretta Scott King with their daughter in church had a very visceral, emotional impact on me as a child, as I was 10 years old when Martin Luther King was assassinated. And it's one of those images that stays with you throughout your life. I mean, when those touchstone images, when you think of Martin Luther King and his death, it's that Moneta Sleet Jr. image of Coretta Scott in church with their daughter. I'm also a member of the National Association of Black Journalists, and I'm an advisor to the Visual Task Force. In 2001, because of his great contributions to photojournalism, we renamed our annual shootout, as we used to call it. It was a photo competition, has been renamed to the Moneta Sleet Jr. Photo Competition, and it's held every year during our annual NABJ convention. And where photographers participate in a live day-in thematic photo competition and are awarded prizes based on the quality of work they produce during that period. This is the May 1968 edition of Ebony magazine commemorating the life of Martin Luther King Jr. following his death. Ebony dedicated two special photo sections and stories inside. Part one covering his life as a civil rights activist with insights into his family and his activities as a civil rights leader. And most of these images are recognizable. Some have not been seen in a very long time. You have his I Have a Dream moment, marching, interaction with politicians, presidents, and other world leaders. Him and President Johnson, that's another iconic image. And then the special section on his death. And here you find the Pulitzer Prize winning image of Coretta with their daughter that had such an impact. And just, I think it won the Pulitzer because of the depth of emotion it evoked, representing not only the loss of a great civil rights leader, but of a father and a husband, and the tragic consequences to his family. I think it made the most significant impact.